Alright, welcome everybody to the second Let's Play on the channel. And if you have seen the discussion tab, you would know that it is going to be Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Actually, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp Fire Emblem Encore for the Nintendo Switch. Originally a Nintendo Wii U game rather, that, like a lot of Wii U games, didn't see a lot of fanfare, came out near the end of the console's life. But a neat project between Atlas and Nintendo to cross over the Shim Megami Tensei series and Fire Emblem. And really, it was more about the Atlas side. Fire Emblem is kind of a sidekick to this, which I was hoping it was going to be a little more Fire Emblem and a little less Persona, even though Persona is one of my favorite series. And so I'm hoping there's a little more Fire Emblem than I've read there is. I know it does have some weapon triangle stuff, and I know it has some characters. The characters are going to be sort of like your personas. It's mostly, well, it's actually all Arcaneian characters. So if you were hoping for Ike or anything like that, not here. This game is very much sort of a prototype-ish type thing for a lot of concepts from Persona 5. I've played like the first half hour to adjust some audio and things, and I'm like, wow, this feels a little bit like a poor man's Persona 5. Maybe a lot of inspiration on the Atlas side for Persona 4. Not that those are bad things, those are some of the best RPGs of all time. So nothing wrong with that. As usual, in our Let's Plays, we're going to show off the opening. So let's debut. This is all about sort of the idol industry, TV industry, entertainment industry in general. Let's just go normal. Yes. This is where Tsubasa can wear glasses or not. And you can change this at any time. I'll show off both, and then let me know in the comments, like, do you want her to wear glasses in this Let's Play or not? I think she's a little better maybe without them. We'll start with them. And then I'll change them, and then you guys can vote on that. So this is Tsubasa as a young child. She's watching her sister in an opera, and if you check it out here, it's the Fire Emblem theme, which I was like, oh, that's cool. And that's the Tsubasa's sister. So cool. So I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more little Fire Emblem touches. And this is an event that gets called the mass disappearance, where everyone in this theater vanishes. People have an energy in them called Performa, and these evil mirages, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, take Performa from humans. And at some point, perhaps we're going to learn why she was spared. "13-year-old girl, only survivor." That's Tsubasa. And now 5 years later, we're going to be in modern Tokyo. Kind of a stylized a lot of the extra people in the game look like this. A little bit of a stylized way to do the crowd, and I wonder if it's all purely style or if they sort of do this to save on resources, maybe. But the music in this game, so far as I've heard, is really good. But it's a game about music and entertainment, so that sort of makes sense. That's Kiria. She's going to be a party member for us. And Tiki's in the game. And she's sort of a Hatsune Miku type character. And the Fire Emblem characters have all somewhat lost their memories. And they're very stylized representations, like they don't look exactly like them. And Tsubasa is a big fan of Kiria's. This is Tomu. And that's Eleonora. They're going to be party members. And I think that guy is too. Because I've seen him in some of the art. So you have the prologue. This Switch version of the game has all the DLC from the original. So we do have access to an extra dungeon and some other things. Itsuki gets a Persona 5 Joker costume. So that's kind of wild. And they've come here to this place to hang out. Tsubasa's actually trying out for an idol contest here. And this is Itsuki. This is our guy. And unlike a lot of Atlas protagonists, he's not a silent protagonist. He's actually has lines and is actually a character in the game. So. Silent protagonists can be done well, but most of the time they sort of seem empty when the avatar is a silent protagonist. Okay, so in the Wii U version, this stuff is what would have been on your gamepad, your social media app, your text messages. That stuff would have been like this right here. This stuff would have been on your Wii U pad, which is actually pretty cool. You know, the Wii U gamepad was a neat peripheral in a lot of ways. Just not many games really used it. But this one kind of did, so it's sort of a shame that it really wasn't more of a thing. But anyway, this sort of can give you, this gives your messaging with your party members. You can go into your individual messages with these characters. It has a map of the area in it. Pretty cool stuff. We can go over and we can look at what what they've been talking about. Itsuki and Tsubasa are sort of the childhood friend thing, very anime. Itsuki, how's studying going? You ready for the next test? It's okay. How about you, Tsubasa? We only have tests in 2 subjects tomorrow, so I just finished reviewing. Now I'm going to sleep early. There's 3 subjects tomorrow: English, literature, and math. I forgot math, so it's kind of just, you know, teenagers texting. Toma's all upset about the test too. What's up? What are you acting all calm for? You know we have a test tomorrow. Holy crap, I am not sleeping tonight. Well, why don't you study then? What? You feel like you're ready for it? So I'd say. Wow, this crap again? Yeah, I can tell you've been studying your ass off. No, seriously, I haven't had a lot of time for that. There's no time to waste. Got to use these final moments to cram as much as I can. So kind of just, you know, yeah. Let me go back to main story. So anyway, so here in the main story one gives you the kind of what's going on here. Hey Itsuki, you down to hang out in Odaiba tomorrow? have a little end of exams party. And Itsuki's like, yeah, okay. Awesome. I'm still working as an extra until like 1, so let's meet up around then. Toma wants to get into TV. He wants to eventually produce stuff like Godzilla and like Ultraman and like Super Sentai. And a lot of his side quests are going to revolve around helping him get to that. You went in on this, Tsubasa? And she's got the little crying, I wish I could, I'm busy tomorrow. Well, it happens. Invite me next time you guys go hang out, okay? I'll definitely go then. No worries, Tsubasa. As soon as Itsuki has some free time, I'll let you know. And she's all happy. Aren't you two overreacting a little? Hey, we're all friends here. What's wrong with wanting to all hang out? Well, guess that means tomorrow's going to be us guys out on the town. Oh, sorry, running late. I seriously just got off the stage. Sorry, man. And I was the one who set this whole thing up, too. And you can kind of decide, although I don't know how much it will matter. But I know there are social links. Because it says Shim Megami Tensei across Fire Emblem, but this is really a lot more Persona across Fire Emblem. So, the social links are going to matter. And the side quests do give you combat relevant abilities, so they're not, even the fetch questy stuff isn't all useless, which I kind of like when the extra quests have meaning. So looking forward to that being relevant. Hey, so by the way, I saw someone who looked like Tsubasa today. Did she tell you anything about her plans? Nope. Yeah, it was probably somebody else then. Anyway, he says he'll be there as soon as he can, and so Itsuki's just going to kind of hang out, but then he sees Tsubasa over there, like he doesn't know she's trying out for this idol thing, and that's her dream. Anyway, you can kind of move around the area. My sister thinks she can become an idol just by coming here. I want to be just like Mamorin, really. I really, really want to be like her. So these, and then kind of generic NPCs that don't really have a lot to say. And this guy's a Tiki fan. I don't care about 3D girls. Udaloid Tiki is the best. I wish I could compose so I could make her sing for me. The Udaloid Tiki's made of dreams, not data. If she was just a fictional idol, she wouldn't be this popular. So, a poster for the Udaloid Tiki. It's popular online. With a program like this, anyone can compose songs. One of Millennium. It's the Idol edition being held here today. The line is made up of people waiting to get into this. Kiria's song got first place on the charts 3 weeks in a row. That's so amazing. If you pass this audition, then you might even be able to work together with Kiria, right? My friend's auditioning too. I'm looking forward to seeing her. And little do you know that Tsubasa has made the finals. Reincarnation is always at the top of the chart, seems like. So Kiria is a more experienced, kind of an experienced idol, and there's Itsuki meeting Tsubasa, and yeah, we get it. She's cute. And similar to Sakura Wars, similar to the Sakura Wars Let's Play, I'm thinking I'm not going to talk over their dialogue, even though it's not in English. But if you, like I said in the Sakura Wars, if you want me to read out everything, just let me know. I'll probably read out most of the non-spoken stuff, but just kind of, comment kind of where you're at on that. Do you want to, you don't hear me talk that much? I don't know that I would.
翼？そういえば今度キリアが渋谷のど真ん中でライブやるって知ってる？
Yep, pretty awesome.
すごい。だよね。キリアって今や日本の女性トップアーティストだもん。憧れちゃう。翼は本当にキリアのこと好きだね。 大ファンですから。いつきくんも聞こうよ。
気が向いたら。
約束だよ。
はいはい。
その生返事聞く気ないよね。はあ、いつきくんは幼なじみなんだから、もっと私のお願いを真剣に聞くべきだと思う。決めた。キリア聞かなかったらパフェをおごってもらいます。もちろん特大の。
それくらいならおごるけど、そこまでキリアを布教しなくても。
そんなことないよ。だって私、いつきくんとキリアの話したいもん。
まあキリアの話は置いといて、話を戻すと、翼って大玉で何か用事？
うまくごまかせたと思ったのに。いやいやいや、
What the heck is that?
新世代のアイドル発掘オーディションワンオブミレニアムに出場予定の方は。
大変。休養を思い出した。行かなきゃ。そういうわけだから、じゃあね。
翼
Sounds like something's going on in the back. If Toma's going to be a while, I might as well check it out. Then you can kind of go through here and we see Mirage for the first time.
「新世代のアイドル発掘オーディションワンオブミレニアム」も今回で最終選考。私は司会の50位テルです。さてさて、この中からデビューの栄冠を手にするのは果たして誰か。会場の皆さんも気になってますよね。気になる。私もです。
It seems the idol audition hosted by Gojin has begun. So he's going to interview the girls here. Insert idol girl comments and questions and answers. Which if you've ever watched any anime or anything, you've probably seen stuff like that. I'm pleased to please you. Note the hair on the Mirage there. See, Itsuki gets Crom and Tsubasa gets Shada.
翼ちゃんはどんなアイドルになりたいですか？
私はみんなを元気にしてあげられるアイドルになりたいです。
じゃあ翼ちゃんがそう思うようになったきっかけは？皆さんも聞きたいですよね。
私ひどく塞ぎ込んでしまったことがあって、周りの人たちは私を気遣ってくれたんですけど、それがプレッシャーになってしまったというか。でも幼なじみだけはさりげなく普段と同じように私に接してくれて、それが励みになって少しずつ元気が出るようになりました。だから私も幼なじみのように誰かを元気にしてあげられるようになりたいです。
ところで、その塞ぎ込んでしまったのは何があったんでしょうか。もしかしてお姉さんと関係ありますか？翼ちゃんのお姉さんはアイドルの織部彩葉さんですよね。
はい、そうです。
言ってくれなきゃ。こんな大切な情報どうして黙ってるかな。で、
The girl from the
ど
opera
んなお姉
before.
さんだったの？
明るくて歌が上手で、何よりとても優しい姉でした。
でも翼ちゃんのお姉さんは5年前のいわゆるこけら落とし消失事件で消えてしまったんですよね。
なんか質問変じゃね？こけら落とし消失事件って昔役者とか観客が集団失踪したあれか？
消えてしまった大好きな姉を思い悲しむ少女、なんという日。しかしですよ、ここで問題です。翼さん、あなたの大いなる才能と引き換えに大好きなお姉さんに会えるとしたらどうしますか？
Dun 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 dun.
実はあなたのお姉さん織部彩葉さんをこの場に呼んでいます。
お姉ちゃん？
はい、騙された。単純バカにはペナルティー。お前も姉と同じになれ。
He's a bad guy. And these evil mirages are taking the performant energy out of the people.
そうだな。人間どもからパフォーマーを奪い尽くせ。
何が起こっ
お前たち絶対にそいつを逃がすな。あれのよりしろの最有力候補だ。
翼！
助けて、いつきくん。
So they leave and conveniently leave you the portal to follow them. See, but there's something special about Itsuki and Tsubasa.
何が起こって。
They can become Mirage Masters, which is kind of
翼！
a persona user in this version. Not really anything to do out here.
助けに行かないと。
And then we get access to the menu. And then the menu, kind of like in Persona 5, like a lot of Persona 5 concepts here. The menu is very stylized, kind of like that. There'll be more stuff here soon, but you kind of get the basic menu here. So I'm gonna take the glasses off for now, so we can get a comparison. And it also gives you the usual stuff, camera inversions, and message speeds, things like that. Kind of like the same thing in the Soccer Wars Let's Play. If not leaving the unspoken dialogue up long enough, just like say, hey, could you leave the dialogue up a little bit longer, that kind of thing. Save my settings. It did not. I'm a vertical inverted stick guy. Right. Anyway, we're gonna go through the portal into the dungeon. So far, one of my biggest complaints with the game is there is no run button. There is no sprint button. So, thankfully, from what I've read, there isn't a lot of areas where you have to do a lot of backtracking. There are a few dungeons, it says, where you do have to kind of do some back and forthing, and some areas where you do have to revisit. So, I've read that the inconvenience is somewhat minimized, but one of the biggest things I've also seen is, like, why don't we have a sprint button? Here's Hatsune Tiki again.
急いで。
え？
あの人が危ない。この奥へ急いで。
今の子は。いや、今翼を探そう。
Alright. So, you can kind of go into your thing, like, you know, like this, like, you know, that would have been what was on your Wii U pad. Not sure if you later get an ability or something to be able to get up to stuff like that. But I guess we'll see. Toma's texting us here. Hey, some weird stuff's going down in Daitama right now. Where are you? Is everything okay? I think I'm still in Daitama. I went through this weird gate thing and ended up in some huge place I've never seen before. Oh crap, that's not good. You know this place? I can't explain right now, man. Itsuki, I need you to get out of there now. I don't really get it. But Tsubasa got kidnapped by some kind of monster, so I'm not just leaving her behind in here. Hey, come on, Itsuki. So, this, I guess, talent agency or entertainment company or whatever it is, like all the group ends up working for is actually like a group to train Mirage Masters. So it kind of sounds like Toma may already kind of know about this stuff. Good old elevators. One of the girls from the One Millennium audition has been captured by the Mirages. She's hollering. And there she is.
翼ちゃんの方も時間の問題。順調だな。
翼。
よこせ。力。よこせ。よこせ。
うわ
よこせ。
And for some reason, the characters that have been pulled from Arcanea right now are since a dangerous presence beyond this door, which I do will proceed, of course. They are Mirage is being controlled by these people right now. But those that can become Mirage Masters can free them and then partner with them.
うわうわ
I like the animation. The cutscenes are like pretty decent. And he's about to go Naruto on him, hit him with the Rasengan here. This will free Crom. But he still sort of looks weird. Not sure why they went with weird representations. Maybe to not keep it so connected. Not making it too much like Fire Emblem was something that they sort of voiced that they didn't want it to feel too connected. Like they really just wanted this to sort of feel like a spin-offy one-off thing, because the combat was originally supposed to be very Fire Emblem-like rather than more Persona turn-based-like. Which I think could have been cool, but...
Sweet.
どうして。
話は後だ。お前はあの子を助けてやれ。
翼。
急げ。
でも。
What can I do to save her? And turns out she's also a Persona user, a Mirage Master. Grom pulling the falchion on him. Rasengan. And then we get Seda, who for some reason is wearing a weird mask. So, and they already know how to do this, so they must have already been Mirage Masters and knew they were, because although it's weird, Persona users sort of seem to have a innate knack for sort of knowing, so maybe same thing for them. I guess they're going to explain that. Anyway, then he sort of looks like Crom. And she's even got like the Pegasus Knight get up like kind of thing, so. Although the fashion looks really weird now after transformation.
うわ剣が喋った。その声もしかしてさっきの青いお化けみたいな人。
ああ、気づいたら剣になっていた。
嘘だろ。
気をつけて。
大丈夫だ。俺がついてる。行くぞ。
Right.
落ち着いて。私がついてるわ。
And battles sort of take place in this like arena setting, almost like they're on stage because it's all sort of entertainment industry type thing. And you got all your usual stuff. You kind of got skills. She can heal. You have soft drinks for your healing. You can defend. You'll be able to change later. Right now, they can't really do much except attack and do skills. It's got a tactics thing that you can set for your other members, like if you want them to be on autopilot. I don't really ever do that, but so anyway, Itsuki / Crom has the lightning affinity. And like in Persona or Shim Megami, hitting an enemy with elemental weaknesses is key. Of course, everything you fight in this initial thing is weak to it, thankfully. But you can see like, and I thought this was cool. Like after this battle, I'll be blind with like the rest of you that maybe have never played this game, but I played up to this point to test audio. But like my initial reaction to this was like so cool when I was looking at it, because if you notice, she is resistant to swords because she's a lance user, and she's weak to axes, and she's weak to arrows because she's a Pegasus Knight, and she's weak to wind magic. And when I first saw that, I was like, oh, she's weak to little stuff. It's so cool, you know. Because like this is what a Pegasus Knight would be weak to in Fire Emblem, so that is super cool. Let's hit this guy. So he is everything you fight in this initial battle is weak to physical injury elements. So, and you can see that as a sword user, as a Lord character, he's weak to lances and resistant to axes, just like the weapon triangle. And he's a lightning user, so he's weak to fire. So, pretty neat stuff. All stuff that would be familiar if you're familiar with the two series that sort of melded to make this. So anyway, so now we can see that our characters have leveled up. Crom is learning the cleave skill, and Shada is learning the electric lunge skill. And we picked up our drops and our minor experience and things. And so what this is going to do is when they learn these abilities, they'll these abilities will be able to go onto the characters in a ability slot. Each character can have 6 of them, and as you continue to learn them, you need to discard an old one or discard the new one. So like having 4 fire attacks on a fire character doesn't help, or giving Itsuki and Chrom a whole bunch of lightning attacks isn't going to do anything. You just want to keep your best, because they have limited ability slots. But I had read that you can relearn stuff off of your weapons if you need to, but once you learn like all the abilities off of one weapon, you want to switch and start learning abilities off of something else. So until you get to pretty high level, you'll want to be like making sure you're not wasting battle experience not learning abilities. And check this out. The Fire Emblem level up music. I was like, oh! I wish I could get my reactions from like the first time I heard that, because they were so funny. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. So anyway, they can the Mirages can shift form into the weapons, and then they can shift back into their more Mirage form. And apparently in keeping with the Arcanea vibe, apparently we're also going to fight Medius and Garneth at some point. And we've got to figure out how to summon Naga to destroy them, so that's pretty cool. And their face, like, what are these wow faces? My name is Chrom. That's King Chrom to you, though.
ありがとう。おかげで翼を助けることができた。俺は樹、青い樹って言うんだ。
青い樹か。こちらこそ礼を言わせてくれ。お前の内に秘めた輝きが俺の闇を払ってくれたんだ。ありがとう。そしてよろしく、樹。
ああ。
Chrom's voice actor is pretty cool. I like Chrom's voice actor. I'm also not sure how she sees.
あなたは翼という名前なの？はい。織部翼、18歳です。ごめんなさい、翼。私のせいで。
That's Queen shaded to you though.
それは、はい。確かに怖かったです。
Shaded is Marth's wife, Queen of. でも、あなたがいなかったら今頃どうなってたかわからないから。And then Chrom is actually their descendant many years later in Fire Emblem Awakening.
シーラでいいわ。翼は優しい子ね。
それで結局クロムたちって何者？俺たちを襲ったり。
And they don't know what's going on yet.
待ってくれ。俺はなぜ自分がここにいるのかすらわからないんだ。
シーダもですか？私も思い出そうとはしてるのだけど。そっか。どうしよう、樹くん。
それだな。できるだけ早く脱出した方がいい。あれが敵の全てだとは限らない。
クロムの言う通りだ。詳しいことは生き延びてから考えよ
う。Got the mini map on the bottom left of the screen will show your surroundings as you move around. Also, if you open the topic screen with plus, then use LNR to select map, you can check the full size map because it has the mini map, but it also has. Oh well, that's actually. But let's look at the menu over here. So anyway, you can see your skills. Like you can go ahead and use you can go ahead and heal up from here. You can kind of check your item list, kind of typical stuff. Later on, you'll get more stuff, but you don't have any right now. Your party members are called artists because they're all in some sort of performing type stuff. You can check their stats, check out their stuff. We don't have that yet. And then analysis is kind of like the bestiary, and then the same system menu. We can go into our smartphone thing here, and you can look at like the big map, and which that can show different levels of dungeons and things like that more than the mini map. Let's talk to Tsubasa, and then we'll escape this dungeon in the next episode. Because unlike the Sakura Wars Let's Play, really going to work on trying to keep these closer to 30 to 35 minutes. Of course, first episodes are always a little bit longer. We're at 46 minutes here, but there's a lot of setup to show with the first and the opening and all that. So tune in for the next episode, and we'll see you next time.